Okay, so hello there, guys. This is Aishi, and I'm sitting on the ground. Okay, this is fake grass. The grass is not real, by the way, but the sun is real. The sunlight is like so bright, and I just came out to have this, beautiful sunshine on my skin, on my body. By the way, it's also very windy here. The air is like the wind is so high today. These days, the wind is very cold and high. So the sunlight just hits right on your skin. Like it doesn't hit the way it should hit, like in summer, you know, but it does hit somewhat. Makes me feel warm. So, anyways, whatever. I am enjoying my vitamin D while talking to you guys about whatever I was recording in my previous video. So basically, I was talking about exactly when you're scared to jump, take the jump, right? Do you believe that while you were going to be, being born on this earth, on this planet, do you think that you are one of those people who weren't supposed to be here? Like you weren't supposed to be born? Because, like for me, when I was born, I'm telling some of my very, like, you can say personal story, but my relatives, they were not happy like that I was born. They wanted a boy child and I was a girl child. So yeah, they were not happy that I was born. Like I literally felt like many people didn't want me to, come onto this earth, planet earth, and rise and be birthed on this planet. Okay, but I did. Here I am. I made it till here. So do you believe that something other than you, which is so higher and divine, has been guiding you throughout your life? Because I've had many experiences wherein I literally encountered God, and these were exactly the points in my story, in my life, where I didn't trust or believe in God at all. Like I was an atheist, okay, earlier. If you know me, if you are one of my old friends or whatever watching this video, my exes, they know that I wasn't such a person to be believing in, religious things or even divine things like God and something higher power is guiding you throughout your life. So now I just know I am like heavily divinely guided, because in a lot of experiences, for example, just the story when I was going to be born and I was still born, and while I was in my mother's womb, I literally knew that I am going to have a sister. Like I don't know if it's an elder sister or if it's a small sister, younger sister. I didn't knew all of that, okay, but I felt like I'm going to have a sister. And guess what? After 10 fucking years of me being born on this planet, my sister is also born. So like yeah, she was born in 2015 and I was born in 2005. So it's like miracle, like completely miracle. I never thought that I will actually have a sibling or a sister, you can say, because when I was born, I always felt like I didn't fit in, in a lot of places. Like I had to perform highly, I had to prove myself, to gain people's validation and be worthy of being their friends and getting into their friendship circle. Like especially this was high when I was in Bangalore. I didn't feel like these people, like they just didn't like me at all. I don't know why they didn't like me, but they didn't. It's just that they never liked me, and I forced myself to kind of then become this person that I'm still unlearning, by the way, right now, to not be this kind of person who, overperforms or performs to just to gain people's validation and be their friends and feel like you're worthy of being their friends. Because trust me, the friends I made in those point of my life, I am getting so many heavy realizations every single day now that I am, meditating and I'm healing from so many things and stuffs that have happened, that these were not my true friends. These people were not meant for me. Like, I had so much of manipulation going on at that point that I am now noticing. Right now, I'm realizing that fuck, bro, I was being manipulated. I was heavily, like, you can say people almost didn't like the fact that I was very good in my academics, but not highly intelligent or very aware of myself when it comes to my worth. Okay, I didn't knew my value, my true value, and I didn't knew my self, perception. I didn't have any kind of, you can say, positive or high self perception about myself, and that caused me to, get into this kind of friendships and relationships where I constantly had to overgive. And since I am a natural giver, at first it didn't feel like I'm overgiving. It just felt like I'm loving the person. It's just about loving them unconditionally, always being there for them, you know, taking care of their emotions, making myself feel responsible when things go wrong, blaming myself when things go wrong in a relationship or friendship, okay? Thinking that I am not worthy. And these people, I'm not saying they were the one to make me feel this way about myself. It was also myself, okay? Because as I said, I didn't knew my worth, my true value back then. So it really, now that I'm self-aware, is just hitting me hard. It's just making sense. Like, everything, like, just makes so much 100% of sense. Like 1000%, not even 100, but 1000% sense. You know why? Because everything starts to make sense only if you are like 1000% of you and not someone else, not someone that other people will like, not someone that you will people please or have no boundaries, have no self-respect. See here, this dog. So I'm no longer that person that I used to be, and I'm so happy, I'm so glad that I have unlearned all those shit, because that was never me. And I felt, even though I got into those friendships and connections, I never felt like truly loved or supported or accepted. No, because I forced myself. It's not like I wanted to be there. I didn't want to be there. Now I am admitting this. Like, truly, I was much better off alone. I'm realizing now, than I was with these people, okay? Because they were dishonest. They bullied me. I also went through a lot of bullies when I was in 11th and 12th. So, yeah, I have had every kind of mishaps that you can possibly think about. I have had those all, okay? So, but I still overcame, right? All of my fears, and I stood around on my 2 feet, which I never thought I would turn my back on these people who betrayed me. I'm so glad that I had this power and strength inside me finally. Though I am so emotionally sensitive, but still, it killed me at first to leave these people because I loved them truly so much. Okay, but I know I did what's best for me, and sometimes when you try to do what's best for you, it might not make other people happy with your decisions, but you still have to make a decision, right? Because it's going to serve you and it's going to serve for your highest good, but maybe not for other people. Like, Thank your lucky fucking stars. Could you imagine if that relationship worked? Could you imagine if you got into that toxic situationship with your ex? Like, stop acting like men are in kind of some limited supply, or you will never meet them again. You'll never have true friends again. Like, stop. People are not in limited supply. They are just everywhere. Can I show you? Wait. Just see, look around. There are so many people, man. Why did I go after that one motherfucker? Like, what the fuck? What the if? I had so much options, but I thought that staying loyal to one will make me loyal, and like, truly, that was such a foolish thing I did. Like, that was one of the stupidest thing I ever did. Do you not think that this person is meant for me? They're going to stay with me forever. See, people are temporary, okay? They're not forever. Please get that shit drilled inside your head, and the sooner you accept it, the less painful it gets, and the more happier, lighter, and free you become. Because you're not attached to any connections you have in your life. You're just detached, first of all, and you're detached because you are the real prize. You are the person who is worth having around and being in the presence of. Your presence is worth millions and billions. And I just got to know this because, trust me, whenever I got into those toxic friendships and relationships, the more these people made me feel like I am worthless, or they just can't see my worth. They just acted like completely ignored me, bullied me, tried to manipulate me, hurt my feelings, right? The more these people did all of those things, it just made me realize how freaking blessed and powerful I am. Like, people don't attack you in numbers unless they see something in you that is so much higher than your whole existence, than your whole living existence. Trust me, bro, on this. You gotta be higher, you gotta be more, you can say, powerful than these people are, because they're having to use numbers to fight you, to stand against you, to, hurt you, to make you feel victimized or villainized. Because trust me, how much your mere presence and existence makes them feel threatened. And I am just like, I haven't even started yet, and you're already scared of what I would do, what I could do if I really started working hard on myself, and working hard on all of the things that truly makes me feel happy and alive and joyful, and not give a shit about what you are going to think about me. Can you imagine all of the things I could have done? Like, I haven't even started yet, and these people were already scared when I was at my rock bottom, when I was doing at the lowest. I had no idea where I was going in my life. I had no idea why am I even here alive on this earth. I just wanted to die at that point, just wanted to kill myself. Okay, I have tried many times. I just couldn't. Anyways, my kind of BPD traits, I don't know, it was there back then, it's not now here. Like, that signal, I'm glad I have lost those connections and people, because it was all necessary. It was all very much necessary, because these people were silently admitting, even though if they never say it to me on my face, actively, passively, they have made it very much clear to me that I am a walking threat. I am powerful. This dog is serving as a confirmation. See, animals are attracted to you, children are attracted to you. Do you know how much aura you have, bro? Your aura maxing like 1,000 and above, okay? 1,000 and above. Like, do you know how much work it takes to get to this point where people are attracted to you. Everyone. You're so magnetic. And literally animals are walking around you. Birds are literally covering you everywhere you go. Like, do you realize that? How powerful that shit is? Your vibration raises, okay? When you meditate, you raise your vibration and you raise your frequency, and what that does, it's also making your magnetic field, because every person, when I talk in the context of physics and quantum field, every person has a natural magnetism inside them which they do not unlock, and it stays unconscious until they come back home to themselves and meditate. Okay, me just sitting here telling you guys all this won't make you guys feel like you want to meditate or whatever. It's for, because I know for me, I had to go through these experiences where I had no one left. I was purposely isolated. I know that was so divine. Okay, the purpose of this isolation, I'm telling you, it's so divine. It was all divinely guided. Like, I had to come to this point and place of no return, of no going back to those familiar, comfortable, safe spaces, because those familiar, comfortable and safe spaces, what it did, it only just destroyed me. It only killed me more than anything else would kill me. Okay, it never made me feel safe. I always had to hide and put up a, you can say, facade. I was not myself at that point. I was so scared to be myself because all of these people were already threatened by my presence and existence, that even I was so scared because I don't know what I have, the powers, I didn't realize back then, like, bruh, why did they just, see, like, look at me like that, or give me looks, such weird looks, when I'm just sitting in my class and I'm having my tiffin, or I'm just, studying or something like that. Like, I had to have so much kind of, some kind of bigger presence, high, which is higher than me, inside me, to make these people, scare away. And hence they felt the need to, project their own insecurities, trauma and everything, like their own hatred, jealousy. I have gone through so much hatred and jealousy when it comes to my female friendships in life, and not just female friendships, but when I was in my relationships, I had faced so much, you can say, kind of people who tried to, humble me down, because weak men, they don't feel the need to, humble down you, like, humble down strong women. They knew I was strong, okay, and that's exactly why they knew I could go on without them. They knew that very fucking well. They knew that very fucking well, that I can go on with my life even without their presence. But anyways, these people made me feel so scared to leave them and abandon them, because I was like, if I leave, wouldn't they be hurt? Am I not betraying them? Or, but I was betraying myself constantly, and that's when I realized, like, fuck, bro, fuck what they think about me, because do they even care what I am going through? Do they even care how the actions have affected me? Do they even care that how they made me feel? Because how they made me feel is not love at all. It's not love, it's manipulation. And people find you intimidating and scary when you are a highly aware person, okay? And if you have been called like intimidating and scary a lot of times, I'm not talking about it scary in a that woo woo kind of way, okay, and spirit that woo woo black magic kind of way. That's not what I'm talking about. Please shut your mouth with your nonsense, idiotic things, okay? Please don't do that. But I'm talking about it in a clarity way. People who are highly self-aware, they're also very much now aware of you. So when you try to throw shade on them, when you try to throw your projections, your doubts, your fears, your limitations and manipulation, whatever, it's just very obvious and almost obnoxious, okay? When you try to throw your chaos at them, it's just very obvious. I can see right through that shit. And what happens is, because your self-awareness sharpens perception. Awareness sharpens perception. So manipulation just feels more louder and almost like superficial, because it is superficial. It's not a connection where you have found depth. It's a connection where you have found another superficiality and artificiality and everything like that, okay? All on the surface, which you can find like anywhere, literally. It's so freaking abundant. People are unconsciously throwing so much shade at you, manipulating you. They're not even aware of themselves that they are doing it, but they're still doing it. So it's just misaligned, right? It's just misaligned. These people are just not meant for you. That's how you know. That's how you know they are not meant for you. You thought you met your reflection. You met a fucking stone, a rock, with no brains, no heart, no nothing. Okay, that's what you met. But anyways, since you know, it's good for you, it's better for you now, because your discernment again, it's sharpened, and you know how to pinpoint their behaviors and not make excuses to stay in that toxic relationship or situationship just because of that, okay, person. Because this person surely is not going to make you feel alive, and also they are not there. These people are exactly going to act as the barrier between you and the life of your dreams that you want. So women, strong women, who have the ability to cut people off right then and there off the bat, okay, I'm telling you, they're always going to get the life of their dreams. They're always going to get what they want. And it's not because these women are toxic or these women gaslight themselves into moving on quickly. No, we suffer as well, okay? If you think that we don't suffer when we cut people off, no. Depends on the depth of the bond and connection we had with that person. It depends on that. But anyways, they're still not scared. When they see and look at your behavior right off the bat, they're not scared to leave and exit. Anyways, guys, sorry, I lost the track of what I was saying. Okay, I just ran into some one of my friends, and we were talking about. I saw her after a long time, so it was good seeing her. You know, it was good talking to her after such a long time. Anyways, let's come back to the topic, guys. So yeah, if you have been called intimidating and scary just because you can see very clearly through everything that's going on around you, because that's how deeply you are also aware of yourself, it's because these people don't see, they don't understand that you have met your shadows, you have met your ego, okay? You have done that already. You have reflected, cringed, softened, and also integrated all of those dark, uncomfortable parts that has made you cringed out, you have also loved those parts, softened, and then finally integrated those into your light, with your light inside you, right? So it's easy. You could have also acted exactly the way these people did with you. You could have thrown shade at people. You could have turned toxic. You could have turned into some motherfucking, heartbreaker, a person with so much high walls built around you. But guess what? You haven't. I mean, do you know how much powerful, how much strength that it takes to not put up high walls around your heart even after going through such hard and harsh experiences, and still stay soft and still stay open, with your heart open and your mind open as well? Do you know how much courage that takes? So you have already done the work. You have already accomplished all of those goals that were necessary for you to realize your worth and have a strong, high self perception about you. That was necessary. These people exactly had to act like, so it was all strategic, The universe, it's never a coincidence or accident, okay? The universe knew that only if these people do not look at you the way you truly want to be looked at, only if these people throw shade at you, they act like they don't know your worth, that's when you're going to go inside you, come back to you, sit with yourself in silence, sit with yourself over the years to, be connected to the source that is God, to the source, that higher power other than you, who has brought you here on this earth and made it possible for you to, you know, realize how much deserving, how much fucking worthy, and how much powerful, and how much blessed you are, and how much also divinely protected you are. Because these people, thank God, thank your lucky fucking stars that they left, okay? Because if you could, you imagine if it worked, where would you be right now? I don't know, smoking cigarettes, being into alcohol. I don't know. I don't know what all habits would have consumed you, but it didn't. Like, truly, thank your lucky fucking stars, okay? Get your shit together. Stop crying. Stop crying for these people who do not deserve you. You were never wrong. It was not your fault. And these people, they don't have to be wrong or right either for you. They just have had to be real, okay? And were they being real with you about whatever they did? No, they never admitted that, right? They were not being honest with you. And that's why you had to cut them off, exactly, because they could never face their own darkness to have the, sense of accountability and awareness that admitting your, you can say, behavior about whatever you have done doesn't make you smaller, just makes you more highly respectful, and you can say highly intelligent and emotionally intelligent. And it also shows that you're very intelligent, because people who are intelligent, right, you will notice this in a person only who is very intelligent. And I'm not just saying academic kind of intelligence, I'm saying beyond and out of that box, okay? When you tell them something like some kind of new information, and this person already has one perception which is not the exact one as you are saying, okay, the new one, these people, they are not afraid to, step down from their ego and admit that, okay, that might be a possibility. And they are very quick to, update their information, update their previously, you can say, previously whatever information they had inside their head, perception, whatever they had inside their head. So these people are not scared to admit that they were wrong. Or even when they are right, they're also not gonna prove that to you. That's how you know this person is highly intelligent, because they do not care about having any kind of image of being intelligent, of being of high value. They already know that. They already know who they are. So why would they feel the need to explain to you? Why would they feel the need to even bother to, prove you anything? You don't have to prove anything when you already know who you are, truly. That's how will that's how you will know you have come across a very intelligent person, you know. So anyways, intelligent people, they're also not afraid to, immediately correct themselves when they said something wrong, okay? And immediately take accountability for that, and make and save the connection before something like jealousy or hatred or whatever manipulation comes into scene. They don't allow all those, they don't entertain all those shit. Before it gets to that point, these people will cut you off. That's also how you know this person is not just very intelligent but also very self-aware, and that's how they are very much aware of what you're going to do next as well. Confirmation. Massive throat block has been removed, guys. I feel so live. Anyways, ooh, let's see, just look at the good weather and how much blessed am I to have. Oh my god, these birds are flying over. Oh my god, wait. This is such a beautiful view, guys. You guys, I'm so mesmerized by this beauty around me. Oh my god. I'm so blessed. Thank you, God, for helping me watch this beautiful sunlight and take this time to, create videos. That's honestly what I love doing, because I love creating videos like this for you guys, especially. I love doing it, and not to please anyone but to make myself happy, and that's the point. So when your awareness sharpens perception, that's when games feel very obvious. Manipulation feels loud and almost obnoxious, and passive aggressive behavior and tolerance to bullshit behavior becomes very less, and your neuroticism also becomes very less. You reacting to these behaviors because you've already seen it. And I'm not talking about already seen it in your life kind of way. Yes, which you already have, by the way. You have seen other people throw shade at you. So obviously it was very clear. Okay. Not at that point when it happened, but now it's very clear. But anyways, so when you do the internal work, right? When you come back home to yourself, and when you realize that, okay, you meet your own shadows, and those, and I'm not talking about that polished version of being confident, of being present when you're speaking to someone. That's not what I'm talking about. Obviously that's the bonus you get after meeting your shadows and doing the internal work of healing, right, from your trauma. That's the bonus. That's the, you can say, best thing that comes after. But I'm talking about the messy parts. I'm not talking about the polished version that you present yourself in the world as, but I'm talking about the dark, uncomfortable, and messy parts. Because you have met your ego, and you have met your shadows, and you have cringed, you have laughed at it, you have cried, you have softened, you have loved it, And then you have finally integrated. Instead of hating those parts in you, you have integrated those parts in you. So what this does is it's very powerful. I can never explain to you in words how much, you can say, brightens your perception, how much it makes you, highly a person of high value. So I just can't comprehend how much you gain, because it's only, you know what I'm saying, the hanged man from tarot. Because the hanged man usually represents like you are going through some healing phase where you're healing from your wounds, you're healing from the, you can say, dark parts which you are not aware of before within you, but going through these experiences in life has made you triggered and exactly made you aware of yourself even more. That's how you make yourself aware, okay? By going through these experiences. So anyways, that's why it was all very necessary and strategic to, go through these experiences and evolve into the person that God always needed and asked you to be, even before you were born on this planet. Okay, I feel like everyone's soul has a destiny, and for me, I feel like my destiny was always right where I'm here right now, exactly where I'm meant to be and supposed to be. It's no accident. That's how I know that those experiences, thank God it didn't kill me. Okay, I could have easily killed myself, but it didn't. That's how I also know that I'm very much divinely protected. Like, fuck. Like, confirmation, okay? Like, confirmation. Because if I continue to live that way, live with those people, stay in those places where I don't truly align with anymore, energetically speaking, mentally speaking, physically speaking, right? I surely wouldn't have made it so far in life. I surely wouldn't have crossed my age after 19 and being this 20-year-old person that I am today. Not just 20-year-old person, I mean, like, I just can't comprehend, how much truly alive I feel like now. It's like for the first 10 years, or you can say, yeah, for the first decade of my life, I didn't feel like I was truly alive. It's almost like I am just learning so many things from the school called life. From the school, I have learned so much things, and it's still teaching me a lot of things, by the way. And I realized that I am from that planet of star seeds. I don't know if you guys have heard about star seeds, but star seeds are not from not beings from this planet or earth. Okay, they are from some different planet, which right now I don't have that information, but I would like to update myself and update you guys later on about that. But star seeds are from a completely different planet than earth. Okay, and the main mission of star seeds in this lifetime, I have heard that it's to, have this so many, you can say, vast and full of depth experiences. And that's exactly what happened for the first 10 decades, like first 10 years of my life, like the first decade of my life, right? I had so much denser experiences. I'm still having it, a lot of them, but what the depth of these experiences, and you can say the hollowness it created inside my vessel to awaken me, and to, the way I allowed this hollowing inside my vessel, inside my soul, to be able to channel these messages like this divine messages for you guys, right? It wouldn't have made me able or capable to do this unless I was learning about this, how to navigate and move through these denser experiences around me. Okay, so that's exactly why a part of the mission for star seeds in their life would be, I've also read this from one of the spiritual books, that they don't ever feel like they fit in. They always feel like they were born to stand out, and it has made these individuals very much clear through their life experiences in the first few, you can say, decades of their life, that these people, no matter how much they try to stick by, perform, try to gain other people's validation, approval of just being themselves, and still not being accepted by those communities of people and whatever, you're not going to have that. Okay, you're not going to have those people as friends. You're not going to have those uh, friendships, those, even your family, even you not feeling like you belong in your family or fit into your family, because you are not. Trust me, you are not. You're not a cut. You're not, your soul is just not cut that way to be a match or a fit into the physical family that you can see around you. And it's hard kind of to accept that fact, because it takes, I think, you have undergone decades of integration in just 1 or 2 years. Like, people take 20 years or even more to realize and finally make peace and accept the fact that some people are just not going to like them, even if it's their own family. Some people are just never going to, you can say, understand you truly. Some people are just not going to, be with you forever. Like, do you realize how much of the, you can say, power it takes, and how much of the self acceptance it takes, like you accepting yourself and finally falling so much in love with yourself? Because authenticity does not guarantee that other people will like you. Okay, it doesn't guarantee that, but authenticity surely guarantees that you will like yourself and you will love yourself regardless of whatever other people do. Okay, and you are going to succeed. You are going to be that celebrity, that star energy, regardless of whatever these people have made you feel like. And that's exactly why you have made so far in life. You couldn't have made it so till this point so far in life if something even higher than you, which you do not fully comprehend and you will never fully realize, or you will never, you can say, no, you will realize, but you will never fully be able to explain or put it into words as to why or how it has worked out for you. Things have already worked out for you better than what you imagined it to be. And that's exactly why sometimes, these societal systems, they thrive on dominating women, oppressing them, and keeping them under their control and power, right? Like, think about families. Think about families' honor, right? Families' reputation and image. Think about marriages, and also think about childbirth. So, how do these systems that society has created thrives? It thrives on keeping the and putting the women in their place. Like, it thrives on making sure that these women stay in their place. Because if women, once they realize their worth, they're not going to negotiate with their worth. They're not going to negotiate about their dreams, because they know they're going to reject. They're not going to accept any bullshit, any, you can say, low vibrational behaviors, any kind of toxicity. They would reject being in marriage. They would reject being with another man just to feel safe and provided, because women can already provide and feel safe within themselves even without that man. And you will be the live example of that, and introducing that idea into your own family, that things like this exist, things like this can happen, things like where you don't have to rely on a man to feel safe and provided. Yes, it can happen. It can very much possible and exist for you. You are the live example doing it, by the way. Many others around you are also the live evidence of being this person they were always meant to be. In the name of love, in the name of light, in the name of God. Okay? Yeah, so that is all. So these systems thrive on keeping the women under their control. And when women refuse to be under someone's control, under someone's power, and they refuse to, react or have any compassion or have any kind of, responsibility towards these people in their so-called family, in their so-called, you can say, relationships, friendship, connections, whatever, when they refuse to take part in all of those things and they completely take a different route, they completely, make this shit possible, that taking a different route does not mean that I am higher or better than you, or taking the high road does not mean that I have forgiven whatever you have done with me. No, I haven't. Forgiveness is not for other people, forgiveness is for yourself. Okay? It just means that taking a different route is how you become successful, and it is how you not just become successful but ensure that your legacy stays on this earth even long after you die. That's how you build long-term, long-lasting success. That's how you build it. Generational wealth, right? That's how you build it. So realize that when you have no evidence as things are going to work out after leaving that toxic friendship, leaving that toxic, you can say, relationship, whatever situation, okay, doesn't have to be very toxic, but sometimes people don't have to be toxic. I have realized through my recent situation that sometimes people don't have to be toxic to still be wrong for you. Think about that, sit with that, okay? Think about that and sit with that realization. So taking a different route, right, in this case, and leaving that situation, place, person, thing, etc., whatever it was in the past, and jumping on the other side by taking this leap of faith, even though you have no external proof, no external evidence as to it is going to work out or things are going to get better for you. And if you have the faith, the trust inside you, and and you don't abandon your internal knowing, right? You don't abandon or betray who you are truly, just to be with other people that don't even like themselves, right? When you do not do that and you take a completely different route, and you have no like living proof or of existence that things are actually going to fucking turn out better than what you imagine it to be, if you can still do it and have that trust and build that faith in you and something higher than you, which has brought you on this planet Earth, okay? My voice is literally shaking as I'm saying this. Oh my god. This energy is so powerful. This message is so, you can say, I should have meditated and grounded myself before I was going to talk about this, because this message just carries a lot of denser energies and I can already feel it coming through within my body right now. It's causing a massive mass awakening, not just in me, but I'm sure the planet is rising, okay? The unconscious planet, the sleep planet, is now finally becoming more conscious and finally coming back to themselves, to the source, to the creator, that is creator of their soul, that is God. They finally, after being so disconnected from themselves, they're coming back and connecting with that higher power inside them, and that is God. And I believe that every person has a God inside them, and they just need to know how to connect to that, to keep going, to trust even when you do not see things happening and shifting around you for the better, right? So when you can still do it, that's when you are successful. That's when you have now encountered this lucky strifle of, you can say, lucky strifle, wait, lucky strike of blessings, of abundance, of presence with yourself, right? Presence with God. That's when you experience massive divine love, and you can say so many things that were being blocked, I think, when you were in these situations where it was no longer serving you or serving your highest good. So when you finally unblock yourself and unblock your blessings, your potential, your worth, okay, because these views of people around you were blocking were blocking your view of worth, were blocking your, you can say, success. And that's exactly women, strong women who can cut people off right off the bat, they are going to succeed. Fucking, that is destined. That is so going to happen. Even if you don't want it, or if you try to run away from it because it makes you scary, like how much freaking you are scared of your own powers. Like at this point, I guess you are scared of what you can do because you're crossing every limit. And you're literally the living existence that there is no limit to your, you can say, growth, to your evolution, to your awakenings. And spiritual awakenings, trust me, bro, it's not easy to go through many spiritual awakenings. It's like you're going decades of integration, which takes people years and years, and they become older and like 80 sitting on their bed. So you are doing it while you're still young and you're still 20. Like, do you realize how insane that is? Just sit with that realization, you know. I have nothing else to say. Just sit with that thought. Just sit with that. I don't, you think you have to do anything else or work harder or prove that you're smarter. You don't have to at this point, actually. You just have to sit with yourself. Breathe in those realizations and write it down, maybe. Whatever thoughts come inside your head, you know. Journal about it, because you're going to need it later on, down the line, when you once again feel like the situations, things around you are not working out for you, you will going to you are going to need those, you can say, words of faith and wisdom. You are going to need those little pieces of reminders to make you realize that you are exactly on track, you're on the right path, and no, you're not moving out of alignment just because things are falling apart in your life right now. Things are actually falling apart to make place for things that are actually in alignment with your highest good. Okay, so the misaligned things, people and situations are moving out of your life to confirmation, that dog, to make place for things that are truly meant for your highest good. And you will go through so many of these experiences wherein you will meet people, situations, and things that are going to come into your life to make you, to awaken you to your inner potential, to awaken you to your power, to your worth. Okay, and there are also going to be people who are going to celebrate and love you for your growth, for you realizing your worth, and you making sure you are living and respecting up to that. Okay, and since you are holding yourself in such high standards and high regards, you're not going to tolerate people who are low standards and holding you in low regards. Okay, simple as that. You do not tolerate what you don't accept from yourself. Okay, you do not accept externally anything which, whatever it is that you do not give yourself internally. Now sit with that again, sit with that realization, sit with those lessons, okay, that I'm giving you one by one, drop, one after another, drop, mic drop, mic drop. Okay, so it's going to be a very long video. I guess I'm going to have to end this now. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I can already feel through these little experiences that my blessings are unfolding for me, because people are treating me so good. Just a few days back, I remember one of these strangers that I didn't even know. I was boiling my water. Okay, I went down to boil my water in the kettle because I don't have a kettle. I have to go downstairs and take the kettle to boil my water. But whatever, this girl, she was cooking. Okay, and the kettle, I didn't know if it was clean or whatever. She passed me that kettle, and she also made sure that my water was boiling while I was busy talking on my phone with mom. Okay, so she also turned it off for me. Like, it's like I didn't even have to do anything, she did everything for me. So that's how I know my blessings, luckiness are unfolding slowly like this. And just yesterday, I just see people that I don't even know, they're complete strangers. Okay, but smiling at me, and I smiled back at them, and I was mirroring that smile, like, my mirror neurons. But anyways, like, I was so happy because I needed that smile, man. Sometimes it makes my day, like, literally. I just feel so much strength and power inside me when I see that smile. It makes me feel happy. That's how I know that my portal of blessings has opened. You have opened. This is one more confirmation. You have opened a whole new different reality of blessings, of abundance, of love, divine love, success, and happiness by blocking, n- not by blocking, but unblocking and removing your limiting beliefs from your head about what you can achieve or have in this lifetime, okay, according to you. And also by unblocking your own, you can say, limited perceptions when it comes to love and relationships. Like you might have been one of those people who felt like love is not for you, maybe just because love is so, you can say, complicated. And it's not like it's complicated, it's just that just makes so much sense now. It didn't back then, but now it does, in a clarity way and not in a scary way. So yeah, you might have been frustrated with yourself about love as well, because yeah, in the previous videos I was saying that love for you is so much deeper and so much, you can say, present and so much powerful, which is unlikely of the people and the situations and relationships they are in. Okay, so that's why it might feel too intense, but trust me, it's not just going to be too intense. Of course it's going to be, that's a part of your destiny, but when it comes to love. But anyways, it's going to be so much. I'm getting a massive throat block again. It's going to be so much deeper and, you can say, higher than that. So get ready for it, I guess. Enjoy. What else are you going to do? Enjoy. Okay, and I'm not saying enjoy the like parts when it's like fuck bro. Like every time I realize this was not for me, this was not my, you can say, forever, a lifetime, whatever, chi chi, whatever. It's like so frustrating. Like, what the fuck, bro? Every time I think it's a 5D sticker and you reach there and you force yourself to achieve that goal or whatever, that man, I mean, like, to make a man your goal, never do that again. I would say make your dreams a goal, not a man. He's not your unfinished business or project to work on. You are your greatest unfinished business and project that you will forever work on, to level up, to heal, to make yourself aware of your unknown parts and everything. Okay, whatever, slash slash. But anyways, don't make any man, any person you meet further from this point a mission or a project that you need to complete, because are they already arriving as the whole, as the person they are showing you at this point, that this is who they are. So believe them at the first time, okay, and then decide if you want to be with them or not. Let these people show up however they want to, okay, when it comes to love for you, in your friendship or in your relationship, doesn't matter. Let them show up however they want to, okay, give them that full freedom, but also don't make them too comfortable disrespecting you, or you can say too comfortable knowing that they can rely on you for anything. That's what you're no longer allowed to receive, because that's not what you deserve. You deserve more and you deserve better. You deserve people who not just can rely on you, but you can also rely on them when it comes to love, when it comes to, you can say, true love, right? You also deserve people who can, you know, solve their own problems and handle their own shit in life just like you can. But also when you need help, you don't have to hide yourself away or act strong in front of these people and go through it alone. Because what's the point of being in love either then? Like, what's the whole point? Because if you have to go through it alone, you might as well just do it alone rather than doing it with these people alone. That is going to make you feel plus even more lonely than you are, okay? So what's the point of being in situations or relationships with these people? Like, there's no point. Fucking, like, fuck that, screw that. Anyways, so when you are highly aware, just know this, that when you are highly aware of yourself and your own patterns and behaviors, because you have sit with that for so long and reflected on that and cringed out, softened and integrated and loved those things about you, instead of criticizing, blaming or judging yourself, and you have adjusted also yourself according to the things, people and situations that you actually want to have and attract in your life, right? And you have made sure you are showing up for yourself in that same energy and manner through this, you meeting your dark and uncomfortable messy parts, right? So that is when you're no longer easy to fool with, because games feel obvious, manipulation feels louder, chaos just doesn't make you feel like chemistry or passion. No, it makes you feel like chaos. And yeah, chaos doesn't give you peace, okay? It just no longer makes you feel truly loved or happy anymore. So you're no longer easy to fool with, because it's not about awareness makes someone superior than you or better than you. It doesn't. It's just that it makes them more honest and real and genuine with whatever they have experienced and whatever they are today because of those experiences, okay? Just makes them very honest. And honesty is something very hard to play with. You can't play with that. You can't fuck in your mind of play fucking childish games. You can't do that. It's just not allowed here anymore, you know? It's just not something we're signing up for in 2026. No longer moving forward these games, because that person becomes harder to manipulate and even difficult to deal with. It's not literally in that sense that they are difficult to deal with. It's just that it's difficult for you to convince them about false internal beliefs and doubts about themselves, okay? Because they are going to realize right off the bat that you are trying to, you know, throw shade at them, manipulate them, and trying to scam them. And those scamming doesn't work anymore. It might work with your government, it doesn't work right here, okay? To note that shit. Note down that shit, okay? Anyways, yeah, so that's the message. And that's why people find you intimidating and scary, because before, back then, you were living not realizing your worth, and but they still saw your potential and they were scared. That's why, like, fuck, like, I can't see a bright damn freaking X10X light. Like, what the fuck is that? Are they a god or something? Like, I'm not saying I'm god or something like that, but people could see it in you even before you saw it in yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You know that, okay? You know that at this point. And that's exactly why you have made it so far. Like, thank you for getting your shit together. If I have a message for my 15-year or 14 or 13-year-old self, I would like thank you for realizing your worth. Thank you for leaving those people and places who no longer served your highest good. Thank you for not harming yourself anymore. Thank you for realizing that there was nothing wrong with you. And it was also not about you being right all the time. And it was also not about people being right or wrong with you. But it was about you just being more honest, real, and genuine with whatever you have experienced, and accept that as a part of the contract you have signed with God, that you are a fucking star seed and you are going to succeed, okay? And there's no other way you could have succeeded and come this far if you didn't go through those experiences that made you this much aware about your own potential, worth, value, and everything. Okay, it's just a part of the contract. So see it as that, as that. It will be much lighter to make sense out of these denser mass and earth realities that you have experienced for the first 10 years of your life, right? Which made it so much harder because you were like, wow, these people on earth are like so superficial, so not, you can say hollow, but shallow inside themselves, so living on the edge, living empty. And you coming from such a planet which is so different than your earth, that is, not saying that earth is not a planet where you can find your hollowness inside you, because you have created that hollowness inside you to be able to channel these divine messages for your collective. But yeah, like, what else can I say? You have realized that the planet you came from, people did not betray each other back there. People did not manipulate each other to feel loved. People did not scare each other away when they saw each other, doing well or winning in life or succeeding in life. People never felt that threat to, put someone down or humble them down when they are doing better than you or good in life. Just people rather were so happy and celebrated and together succeeding and making sure that no one is left behind, and just everyone loved each other truly without any conditions, and they didn't try to gaslight each other into moving on, because there was nothing to move on from, right? People back then in your planet, like if you are a star seed, things were much lighter there. And since you are here now on earth, it's very much heavier compared to what you are used to, and that's why it took you more than 10 years, you can say, more than a decade, to learn how to navigate through these denser and heavier earthly um, beings around you, because of course you're not a being from this planet. So it was harder for you to understand like how even these individuals work or function, because it made no sense utterly. And you were such a, and that's exactly why people think you're innocent and all that, and people think you are like, you have this inner child within you, when in reality actually everyone has an inner child within them, and everyone should learn how to, you can say, protect that inner child and encourage to not suppress that inner child but in you, but learn how to navigate and feel safe in playing with that inner child and being present with it and making all of our dreams come true, regardless of whatever shade or hatred or nasty energy other people are throwing at you, even if it doesn't make sense as to why these people are acting or reacting this way. You see, you cannot make yourself adjustable to be, quiet, to make yourself not louder about your success, about your whatever, okay? To make these people feel comfortable in the threat and in the change in chemical balance that they are feeling inside their body, right? So you can't just make yourself even smaller or more chota, or more, you can say, more adjustable or digestible and palatable to be, make them understand you. Because making yourself smaller like that to be understood by people is just like prostituting yourself, which you are no longer doing it, by the way, and letting the dirty hands of I don't know, whoever strangers try to touch your testimony, your story, your lived experiences, your encounters with God, your encounters with your own demons, right? It's like giving strangers access to very sacred and highly powerful and vulnerable parts in you, which actually they don't have, or it's not they don't have, but yeah, they don't have it with other people. Like strangers, obviously they would not understand you if they don't have it within themselves, of course. And they also don't deserve you, not everyone deserves you. It's, and you just need to make peace with that fact and not try to make these people deserving of you or try to make them understand why you are deserving of them. Like, just get that shit inside your head, okay? It's not like anyone is ever not deserving of you. It's just that they're not deserving in the sense that to make you feel like you are not worthy, that's where this undeservingness comes from. To make you feel like you are not worth it, to have this much of whatever power, light, brightness you have inside yourself, right? So that's it. And that's why it never made sense back then, but now it just makes more sense. Some See, everything only starts making sense when you are 1,000% you and not anything else. Like, because you are not performing, you're not here to make other people happy or whatever. Yeah, watching your content might make someone's day light up and it might make them happy, which is just a part of the process, I guess. It's just a bonus product, okay? It's just a product of the work you are doing, but your real happiness is in making this and creating this and making this happen, making this shit happen. Like creating videos like this, which just genuinely makes me so much happy, and I have no other ulterior motive or purpose to this, because I just love doing what I do, and I just do whatever I do with love, and that's all that matters to me. Like I am enjoying it and I'm not forcing myself into this, and I'm exactly where I want to be at this point in my life. So yeah, that's what I make sure always, and I make sure that I am seen and I'm heard and I'm by myself, not by others, but I am understood, and I'm making myself sense out of whatever I went through and whatever I am still going through, and whatever I am becoming tomorrow is much better than what I was yesterday. So I just make sure that I am aligned with that, and I'm not running away anywhere or trying to, escape it or escape my reality. Still being aware of some situations might not exactly look like how I wanted them to play out, like the situation with my ex, especially. Like, I might have wanted them still in my reality to, love me the way I wanted them to love me, but they didn't show up for me the way I wanted them to show up. And that's exactly why I'm saying you that allow people to, show up however they want to, and don't have to imagine or expect them to show up in a way you actually have that, you can say. um, Having expectations is very good, okay? And always keep that, because high expectations and attracts higher experiences and good experiences, rather than having lower expectations and attracting even lower experiences through that. Lower expectations attracts even lower experiences. That is what I mean. But don't try to see things as something else rather than what it is, I know you want things to be a certain way, but let and surrender and allow things to unfold exactly how it's meant to be in the name of God, okay? That's where you surrender and trust the process. That's where you let go and let things happen and unfold naturally and take its course if it's necessary and have to, so you don't end up hurting yourself through these experiences, because you will know that it's just temporary and it's exactly happening as it's meant to be, and you are not being betrayed, and you are not being, you can say, played or something like that. That's where this frustration comes from, because you feel like it's not like these people have recently have tried to actually make you feel manipulated and played, but yeah, in a way they were doing it unconsciously. They were not conscious about their own behavior and, you can say, insecurities and ego and whatever. So yeah, and they were still projecting it on you and trying to humble you down, which of course came across as, you can say, getting played, which is very much valid. I would not invalidate any of your feelings, okay? I'm also here to validate your feelings, but just keep it in mind that um, have these high expectations at the back of your mind and see things for what it is and not for what you want them to be. Because when you see things for what it is, and then you can clearly decide if this is what you want and it's matching the image, that expectation you have in your head, and if it's not matching, it's simply not meant for you, right? So that's how you uncomplicate that experience instead of complicating it, right? And that's it. And if it shows up as exactly what you want, because now you know better before, okay? You know better than before about what is truly meant for you, and you will not, trust me, you will not, because that was exactly the lesson in your last situationship, whatever, that you will not abandon or betray yourself to be, be with any person that you expect them to love you the way you want and deserve it to be, okay? It was never about you haven't showed up for yourself in that same manner and energy, because you have, okay? The way you want to be loved, you have already shown up for yourself in that energy and frequency. But now just all that is left is to let go and let things happen and work out for you exactly as it's meant to be by God. Because trust me, God will take you there. It's not to let you down, or it's not to make you feel like your dreams are not possible. It's exactly the opposite. Your dreams are very much real and it's existing and it's very much possible. And for the only way you will get it, the best things does not happen when you are aware of it already, or you know it beforehand, that these are going to be the best moments you will ever have. The best things happens, you can say, when you're not expecting it, when you're not looking for it, because that's exactly when you're going to encounter it, right? So when you're not looking for it and you're not so much focused on how it's going to unfold, or if this is supposed to happen this certain way, that's when it gives that love, whatever is showing up for you, that space to grow, evolve, and show up for you in a manner that matches the truth and wholeness of your being, of whatever you are expecting. And you have that expectation at the back of your mind, but you're not actively acting, or you can say actively pursuing it, chasing after it. That's what I mean. You're not chasing after it, you are attracting it naturally, effortlessly. That's how you manifest whatever you want and deserve. You can always have it, because you're so much worthy of it. And you would never have this desire inside you, inside your heart, if it wasn't meant for you, okay? And you just need to learn to discern between the desires you have that is truly, you can say, good for your highest good. And in I always say this prayer, you can also say this prayer to God, that God, please mold my heart's desires into the one that you truly think and know is the best for my highest good. So that way I am not wanting anything that's not good for my highest good, but only things and situations and people and places that are truly meant for me and are truly in alignment with what I want, which is exactly what I deserve, and that is in alignment with my highest good. That is all. Okay? You thought that your mind is the only place you have your intelligence. Listen to your heart, man. Your heart has its natural intelligence, okay? And you are just not ready to hear it, but I'm saying you right here, right now. Your heart's intelligence will take you far more better when you know how to navigate through it, okay, than letting your mind disturb and interrupt that process. Because your heart is connected to your intuition, and your intuition exactly is connected to your body, and your body knows better what is good for you. So whenever your body starts reacting in a negative way rather than reacting in a positive way, that's when you know you're in the wrong place. Okay? So you thought that your heart can break you or it can make you a fool out of you. No. No, you're wrong. Let me prove that it is wrong for you. Okay? Your heart exactly is far more intelligent than you imagined or underestimated it to be. Now sit with that. Okay? Sit with that reflection, with that thought, with that perspective that I gave you, and shift your perspective through this new perception that I have given you. Because when you truly actually listen to your body and you don't do that gray area thing, because the gray area inside your head is where all the manipulation games, trust issues, betrayal, abandonment, all of those gaslighting, ignoring your intuition, your gray area is where all those things hide. Okay, so when you start overthinking and thinking too much about, okay, it's not happening this way, it's happening this, so it might mean that it's not working for me, right? So instead of turning your gray area on, turn that off. Okay, don't go there. Go back into your heart. Listen to your body. Listen to your body's needs, because it's going to give you signs and clues that your mind will never be able to at first make sense out of it, unless you choose to listen to your body's needs and follow whatever it's telling you to do. Instead of questioning that thought, instead of questioning that, not thought but knowing, because your body knows, instead of questioning that internal knowing, because that is your clear cognizant. Okay, you're gifted. Use that gift. Use your heart's intelligence as a gift, as an ability, instead of disabling it, instead of diminishing it. Okay, so use your heart to attract the love you want. Don't use your brain now. I would say use your heart, because when you use your brain, you go into that gray area thing and you start thinking, oh, I need to overanalyze, where is this coming from, why is this happening to me, why me, and all that shit. You don't need to know now why it's happening for you. Don't have to have all those answers. You just need to know if it's right or wrong for you, if it's real or not real for you. That's all you need to know, and that you will know when you listen to your body and to its natural rhythm and signs and symptoms that your body gives you, because that is the biggest signal. Other than anything externally will validate what you are feeling inside you. No one else from externally can validate your experiences other than you. So if you are looking for external validation, stop. You are the proof. Your body is the guide, and your intuition is the map to the road you're destined to lead. You're destined to be a leader, a new earth leader. So move through that. Learn how to navigate through that. Okay. By listening to you. By listening to your body. Listen to you? Yeah. You obviously have to listen to me, because if you don't, you know you're going down the wrong line, down the wrong path, okay? Okay. I love you guys so much. See you. Take care. Bye bye. And this is where the series about taking the leap and jumping on the other side of your by having the faith that things are going to be working out better than what you imagined it to be. That's how you do it. Bye bye. Take care. Love you guys so much. This is the end of this series. I'm so happy.